Next up from Orlando, Florida, I found this guy thanks in part to the Instagram algorithm, but I definitely don't regret it. It's DJ Kevin Eman joining us here on the Course of Life. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Alex. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Absolutely, yeah. So you're in Orlando now, but what's your background on specifically how you got to Orlando and DJing at the place where I found you on Instagram?
So what ended up happening was, first of all, I'm born and raised from Miami, Florida, so that's
Okay,
where I was raised. And then from there, I was fortunate enough to play basketball at Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas, and that's where DJing kind of just started for me overall. Because during
interesting.
COVID, the year before I went to college, I was just DJing in my room, and I, as a hobby, just to figure something out to do. Obviously, during the lockdown, and then moved to college, and I've yet to perform in front of anybody. And then one of my teammates said, "Hey, we got a party this weekend. You want to DJ for us?" And I was like, "I've never DJ'd." I didn't tell them this, but I didn't DJ, like, haven't DJed in front of anybody yet. But hey, might as well. This might be the first time. And
Very cool.
then from there, it was super super fun. Just did a whole bunch of house parties, fraternities, sororities, formals, couple weddings, and then from there, about a year and a half of that into my college years, I decided I wanted to try and get into the club scene. And there was a girl online that I was friends with at the time. She was a promoter for the club. And she said, "Hey, you can sign up for 30 minutes of DJing on like the club equipment, and you can play whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
That's cool.
It's a club to where the EDM and rave community can just like know each other and see new faces and all that." So then from there, then I got lucky enough to meet the right people, including her, Anna Lillis, by the way. She's the one that got me into the rave scene and like nightlife scene. From there, just took off with music festivals, other clubs, other events. And then I ended up having a Shark Bar position in the Kansas City Shark Bar location. And then when I said I was going to move back to Orlando, I found out they were opening a Shark Bar Orlando in Orlando. And then my boss was like, "Hey, I can get you connected to the one in Orlando." And I was like, "Perfect." And then, since it's open, I've just been that resident DJ at Shark Bar. And then I've switched off to different clubs in like the PBR, the Palm Tree Club that's around there. And I've had other gigs as well. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it's a
It's
very
been
cool
fun.
part of Orlando that you're DJing in, and specifically, it's neat to hear that you networked the opportunities that got you to where you were, and finding all those different opportunities at such a young age is really cool to see through that career from Kansas, from Florida to Kansas, back to Florida now. And so I love live music myself, and I'm also a fan of live DJ performances. So you got into DJing, and essentially, I found you because there was a account online that showcased different DJs and their transitions. How long had you been working on transitioning between songs, and when did you really start to learn the art of moving between song to song in your career as a DJ?
So it was again, I started in COVID, and that's when I just really dug into the DJ world. And no one has taught me anything on DJ. It has all been just self-taught, YouTube
Wow.
tutorials. And after that, it was just the passion of just music in general, on just trying to figure out what songs sounded good together, and then especially learning about like some sort of music theory, and like, oh, this song is in this key and this song is also in the same key. So then that's how I learned how to transition. And then
Hmm.
from there, which is I still do to this day, and this is the only way to get better with transitions, and it's just practicing in your room and listening to all sorts of music. And yeah, no, it's a fun process, because I'll just start mixing in my room for about an hour or 2 hours, and then I try to get away from the songs that I normally play all the time, and just mess around with different songs that I don't normally play. And then out of nowhere, then I came up with a crazy transition that it's like, all right, I'm going to try that either for content or at the club. And then also, majority of the transitions that I do is I see on social media. So obviously, I try to be a sponge and use that.
Yeah.
I will never say I invented a transition, because you just never know. Because I can grab two songs that I know no one listens to, and then the next day I see it on social media, and then it's
Right.
like, oh
Yeah.
no, but he
It
did
never.
it
Yeah.
first, or it doesn't matter. It's just I try to be a sponge, and whatever knowledge I gather, I try to use it myself, and then it's helped me a lot. So I shout out to all the DJs and all the um, other videos that I've seen on transitions.
Real
So
quick, describe the DJ transition that I remember most notably from you, where someone you had Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas," and then you transitioned it into another classic, which I'll let you reveal. Is that something you found? What was that moment like for you? Because that's one of my favorite clips on your Instagram.
that one had to be a social media transition that I found. So from there, it was the first time actually ever that someone requested me Mariah. It probably would. I think she was requesting Mariah the Scientist, but at the time, I was just remembering Mariah Carey.
Yep.
And then I said, let me just have some fun with the people. There's only like 10 or 15 people would just open. Let me just have some fun with them. And then it was a transition that I saw years ago, and I said, I can finally use it now. And it's because it was especially during Christmas time, or no, it was a summer actually. So even worse, but
You're
makes
just
it
letting
even
it fly. It's
funnier.
okay.
Right. And then from there, I just made the transition, or the Christmas song, obviously, All I Want for Christmas. The
Is you.
bartenders, everyone was looking at me like I'm crazy. But I didn't care. I was having fun. There was a whole bunch of people just dancing and just like laughing with me. And then from there, when I transitioned it before she said you, I started the next song with the you from Crank That from Soulja Boy. And I got a whole bunch of cool reactions from it, and that was the first time I did it in real life at a club, and the reaction was just amazing. And especially on social media, I was not expecting that at all to blow up as it is, and most of my followers come from that video too.
Very cool. Interesting origin for sure. DJ Kevin Eman joining us here on The Course of Life. Follow him on Instagram and all the socials for his cool DJ interactions. And I love the way you film your interactions. For those who are wondering what Kevin's night is like, he is that DJ at the bar that's rocking. He keeps the party going, but he also gives us a good POV of what interactions are like. What's it been like from a content creator standpoint, just DJ aside, like learning how to film these interactions and catch the right moments and put them together for clips?
I think for me, I've always enjoyed production because in high school and even before high school, I just grew up making my own like short films in my room, like whatever it was. I enjoyed editing, production, and all that. So in a way, at some point, I said, "Wow, DJ." And I was like, I never wanted to be a content creator. I made that clear with all my friends and family. I'm like, I don't want to be known as that TikTok DJ or that. I just wanted to be like a genuine artist. You know what I mean? But then at some point, I was like, I need to adapt. I need to adapt to the everything's going on social media, and that's the only way I'm going to promote myself, especially as a brand. So then I started recording. And then at some point, I went, let me record the nightlife in a different perspective. So I mic'd myself up because I talk to myself a lot, like just during a session.
Yeah.
And it's just me by myself. So I was like, what if I just record myself and then I pick out the what I think would be funny clips and whatnot. And then obviously now people started coming up to me and I was like, now let me record those interactions. And especially because with the audio as well, micing myself up, I realized I'm like, people don't really hear the conversations we have. And
No.
especially because a lot of DJs, and I'm not bashing on any other DJs, but it's like sometimes the conversation went one way, but then on the captions and in the video, it's something completely different. So I said,
Right.
let me be as authentic as I can.
We're
And
getting the
let me
full
just,
context for everyone.
right. And let me mic myself up, and you guys are going to see these crazy requests or funny requests or interactions that I have are not made up. This is live happening, and it's just fun. And I don't want to make fun of anyone or anything. It's just what you see is what you get, and that's just the job as a DJ. But as a content creator, it's been fun figuring it out, like what works. It's more about hooks, obviously, but I enjoy. It's a fun game. It's a fun puzzle figuring out like which hooks work. What video was it that people really liked a lot? What ideas didn't work out? And it's just figuring that out. So it's fun.
Nice. Love that. Here, all right. Here's an important 30-second part that everyone will appreciate listening to. These are probably things that they always wanted to ask a DJ like you, but now you can just reveal what the answer is regarding
Got it.
requests. Let everyone know when's the right time, when's the wrong time to do a request. Just give us all the appropriate tutorial on requests because you get them in all shapes and forms on your feed.
Every DJ is different in terms of how they take requests. For me, I genuinely enjoy them because I get to learn more about the crowd. So if I'm doing something wrong or if I don't see people dancing and someone comes up to me for a request, like for example, they want a hip hop song or like Soulja Boy or something, it's like, okay, this crowd wants hip hop. And then I go towards that and then the crowd starts dancing. It's like, all right, now I'm going to stick to this genre. But it's our job and it's a skill that we develop that I think is also a lost art in terms of reading the room. We have to people watch. So if we play hip hop and no one's dancing, you have to realize no one's liking the hip hop. So you
Switch
got
it
to
up.
switch up the genre, either pop, house music, or whatever genre it is. But you have to figure out what is it that the people that you have on the dance floor, um, what they like to hear. And
Right.
the requests, honestly, for me, they help to so that I can see like what is it that they want. Now, if it's a song that I don't know, mm, most likely it will not get played because I just don't know from the top of my head, and it may not be a popular song. But if you're gonna request me an obvious song, it's like yes, of course I'm gonna play them eventually. But I also want to make every if someone requests me a song that they really enjoy, I want to make their night. And I want to play that one song because you never know how important that song is to them. Whether it's a funny story or like a meaningful, emotional song for them, they got to hear it at big speakers with other people. So it's a fun environment. So that's what
Those
I
are
try to do.
those are always night highlights for people the next day. They
Yes,
remember that moment when
exactly.
that song comes on at a certain point of the night. So you help create that for sure. And you do it at Shark Bar in Orlando. The algorithm really worked full circle because I'd been enjoying your content for a few months. And then I went to the PGA merchandise show in Orlando, which is it's basically like, the Super Bowl business for golf people. And
Right.
I'm there and I'm walking through the point, and lo and behold, I run right into the Shark Bar. Sadly, it was a night in which the Shark Bar was not open, but
Yeah.
describe the setting for everyone that hasn't been to that part of Orlando before.
So that part of Orlando, it's International Drive. That's the street that everyone knows it as. But it's a really big plaza in terms of there's a whole bunch of restaurants. It Shark Bar, PBR, and those clubs are on the second floor, and on the first floor there's a whole bunch of activities, a whole bunch of restaurants to do. It's a very tourist area, and it's a lot of fun because there's so many different things to do. And what happens to be on the second floor is majority 21 plus clubs, and it's a different it's a different environment at every club that you go to. But it's a whole bunch of different things that people that are not from Florida, they get to explore.
Yeah, it's a very cool part, and a couple things that you showcase in your talent. Again, Kevin Eman 11 on Instagram as well too. I just want to get through your content specifically. Let's talk about who gets the aux in the car and the intimidation factor of being a DJ and having the responsibility of the aux in the car. What inspired that clip? I'm sure there was a conversation amongst you and your friends, but how was it to create that skit?
It's just me thinking because when I try to think of content that I can do that people, the content that I try to do is things that people can relate to, and especially other DJs as well. Some content I go towards more my DJ followers, and then some it's just for the regular people.
Yep.
And for that one, I felt like everyone could relate to that, and especially just me as a DJ. Sometimes I want to DJ, of course, I want to play my own music, but when it's family or friends, it's like we're not at a club. You don't have to read the room, and then all it takes is one person to say you suck, and then it's like, all right, okay, then just get aux because I'm not working right now, so you guys can take it. I don't care. For me personally, I enjoy listening to new music. So I need anyone else that's not me, because I listen to my own playlist every time, to play their own music so I can like explore new sounds.
Well said.
But
You check out a lot of new sounds, but you also do a good job of highlighting nostalgia and like bringing back some songs that are just a little bit too forgotten. 2016 and 2026 was a big thing recently. What are some nostalgic vibes, nostalgic songs, and vibes that you're on right now to kind of bring back the memories for the older crowd?
It's funny because that trend of 2026 and 2016, I've always been on 2016 no matter what. No
Yeah.
matter what year it was. That year is just such a good year in terms for, especially for me, electronic music.
Oh
So
yeah.
like Clarity, Zed, Animals, Martin Garrix, like
Yes.
around those years, those were like some of the beginnings of having the passion for music in general. So that's the type of nostalgic music that I want to bring back, especially with the production of music that I produce. I try to bring back the feeling. I can't mimic what they did because that's timeless music there. But I want to try and recreate the impact that they did and that same feeling that they had with those songs.
Very cool. Yeah, I know you would appreciate a good live music moment for the EDM game. If you ever do get to Austin, Texas, Austin city limits, you need to
Got it.
see an EDM DJ like a sunset set. I saw young Martin Garrix play Animals live at sunset at Austin
Oh,
City
that's
Limits.
so
I
sick.
saw Calvin Harris under the lights in complete darkness do his full set right when he was prime, mid
Wow.
2010s. Zed, couple others as well too. So that's definitely going to be added to your list for shows you got to
Oh,
see. I know you're a big festival guy.
1000%. Next time I'm there, I'm letting you know for sure that I'm there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. Again, Kevin Eman joining us here. All right, let's get into a few random questions here. Let's talk about the current stuff. You did mention a little earlier, yeah, there's a stuff you always got to play. It's popping right now. All right, give us the barometer for what's popular right now. What are the instant party starters and the most commonly requested things that you get as a DJ in the bar these days?
Well, the most common request that I get is Bad Bunny.
Good old
So
Bad Bunny. Yeah, you
Bad
you you can
Bunny,
make months of content off Bad Bunny
oh,
requests alone.
1000%. But I also don't want to be known as the Bad Bunny
Yes.
DJ. So I went for a while, I went for a good run of it, but I was like, I need to steer away from that. But Bad Bunny, No Hands, Pitbull, those type of artists always get it. Always get requested. What else? Spanish music. What else?
Yes.
It's especially because of the area that I'm
Yep.
into in Central and Southern Florida. There's a lot of Latins, and including myself, who I'm also Hispanic. Like we love to listen to Spanish music, so that. But no, I think it's mainly the 2000s like R&B hip hop that people still want to listen to, and the 2010s like dance tracks like Party Rock and again Hotel Room Service, Pitbull. Like people want to listen to that, and majority of my set, no matter if it's an EDM set or an open format set, I try to bring back those throwback songs, and yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for treating Justin Bieber Baby like it was a brand new song
Yes,
as
I
well too,
got
you
you.
know. Just
Always.
creating those moments for people, bringing them back to the day they heard that song the first time, you know?
Yes.
Love that. Kevin, I'm curious, dream events for you to DJ. Let's like thinking big picture. What are things that are goals of yours in 2026 and beyond? I've seen that you've been able to book a lot more like shows out and you're traveling a lot more from a business perspective. But what are you looking to do long term with your DJ career?
Long term, my goal is to tour. So my goal is to tour all of America, internationally, just around the world. My goal is to make music first and foremost because I enjoy creating something new that people haven't heard of, um, and try to spread that as much as I can, promote it and share that to the world. As long as I can, as long as one person likes the song, that's all I care about because I impacted that person's emotions or I did something with it, and that's the goal. Again, I want to make a fun atmosphere that some people put a narrative on raves or DJs, and it's like it's a nasty nightlife or just a different type of lifestyle, and some of it is true, of course, but I want to be that type of person to where it'll be a safe environment or as safe as I can make it to be, because obviously there's a lot of things I can't control. But I want it to be a fun environment where everyone can say, it was a fun time. Kevin played amazing music and he has some production that I've never seen before. It's obviously you try to be different from others. And what I try to do is just, I try to bring fun, excitement and just like a smile on my face. I try to put as many smiles on anyone's face. So that's the goal. And dream places, Tomorrowland, like Belgium, or Ultra Miami, or just any
Yes.
Ultra, those big music festivals, that's where I get most of my like adrenaline, because I grew up watching more music festivals because those were more live streamed than clubs. So if I can DJ just any festival and it's a fun crowd outside with lasers and all the production and everything, that's the goal. That is the dream. But overall, I just want to explore and expand my um, locations in terms of where I DJ.
Now, well said indeed. One step to the left, I'm curious. We have a big sports crowd and lots of athletes on the podcast as well. DJs in sports are proliferating like at a rapid rate. In stadium DJs, DJs to accompany sporting events. What's like a dream sporting event that you like to co DJ? They're all over the place now.
Ooh, I don't know. One thing I've automatically just think of is the Miami Heat arena. If I could DJ like a
Yes.
game or like a basketball arena, that would be amazing. And I know it's a different type of environment because it's like people are not going to be up to dance, but they just want to feel like an excitement. So when you put on a certain track, it's like, oh, you got to get up your feet and like start screaming and going crazy. I think that would be a really cool thing, especially because I played in sports too, and there was songs that I wish we had, like for the athletes, like warming up, and that'll get us like going. Um, I feel like I could bring something different to the table, but just like any basketball arena like game, that would be awesome to do.
Love that. Miami Heat tagged right now for future reference. Just
Yes,
so we know, just that the opportunity will be out there eventually. Love that.
appreciate it.
And one thing that's actually happening a lot in my world specifically is in the golf media space. I go to a lot of these events now, and golf's getting a little bit cooler year by year. So we do have moments where there's like DJs at events, but they're
Right.
not super great at reading the room. So I'm going to put you a quick pop quiz for you here.
Oh
You
God.
get thrown to DJ a like golf tournament where it's like a bunch of golf bros with a mix of some golf girls having a good time too. What kind of music do you think you're playing for a crowd like that in an evening after they've been enjoying their time on the course all day?
I'm not trying to be biased here, but I feel like just like a good house track, just any good house track in the background that's not too crazy, just a cool beat. Just if you hear a good kick and just have people bobbing their head, I feel like that's a win because
Yep.
it's nothing too crazy and just have some background music, nothing too crazy. Because I know golf, you got to have some real focus on that. And if you have like I said, the Mariah Carey and Soulja Boy transition happening, it's like you're not focused because now everyone's focusing on something else, and it's like you got to have something to adapt to the environment. So I hope that was a good answer.
That was a good answer indeed. And as this interview is running a couple weeks from now, a lot of people in the golf world are going to be talking about the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which is like the biggest party in golf. So I'm going to send you some content from that. And I think you'll be surprised like how it goes down at this golf tournament. It's very much not your ordinary event.
Got you.
So
I think I've seen some content on it where
Yep.
like someone makes a putt or whatever, and then the whole crowd goes crazy and
Absolutely
starts
nuts,
throwing
yes.
stuff. I think I've seen that then. Then that one, that's a future event I would love to DJ at for sure.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, we always wrap with a food question and we call it our 19th hole question. But for your purposes, it's like after a long night, like post set, like you're all done, but you're stopping for somewhere for a meal on the way home. What's like your end of the day meal and drink you like to go to?
Man, what is it? Before a set, I always get like barbecue wings, like I can't speak right now. Boneless barbecue wings. That's
Sounds
what I
great.
do before a set. After a set, pizza is always easy. But I think if I had like the options, if things were open, obviously at 2 a.m., if I had more options that were open at 2 a.m., I think maybe Shake Shack. So like a barbecue burger, that's my go-to. Barbecue, I just enjoy barbecue.
Love that indeed. Awesome. Again, Kevin, thank you so much for hopping on the Course of Life. Loved hearing your story, and I'm glad we were able to connect. Next time in Orlando, we'll definitely do some content together.
Appreciate you, Alex. No, for sure. We would definitely do that.